Alright, this is another project I've been working on, and when I got it originally the cord was so beat up I couldn't even plug it in, and when I just tried to clip wires to the motor wires it wouldn't plug it in, it wouldn't work, so I sanded the wires, make sure the insulation was off, and soldered wire on, and it does work. So what this is an old oscillating fan that there's a shaft with the gear missing, and the gears that this is in is stripped out, probably because somebody tightened the screw so it wouldn't oscillate, and this is, you loosen this up to stop it from oscillating and tighten it down to start it. Well, it was probably tight and somebody tightened that and stripped the screws, so it's just not going to oscillate anymore. And I've been trying to find some blue hammer tone to repaint it in blue hammer tone, and this is a blue crinkle. You know, just a spray can of it. And I'm going to sandblast the blade and the grill. And the grill I'm going to paint white, and that I'm going to paint white. This will be hammer tone blue, and crinkle blue if I can find what I'm looking for. The switch was also all broken. That's the part for the oscillator, but that switch was broken up, so I did find a new switch for it that just turn on, turn off. So I'll put the switch in after I clean it and repaint it all. Alright, you can see the worm shaft that comes out of the motor. That would turn a gear that was driven on a shaft between there and there. And that would drive this gear, so this would go around and cause the fan to oscillate. So you can see the teeth are over on the right side. Teeth are completely missing, and the shaft is missing with the other gear, so this fan is no longer going to oscillate. Okay, we'll show the underneath this fan. You can see there's some spiderweb eggs up in there. But it's a Kwik Kool, and it says it's catalog number 2-400. It says it's 6 amps, 60 cycles, 115 volts, AC only, Kwik Kool. Seems like 6 amps would be a lot, maybe it's 0.6, but that's not really all that legible. But anyway, you can see the blade is not in pretty shape, so again a little glass bead blasting on that and the grill, and I think with this white and that white, blue will look good. And when I'm done with this fan I'll probably sell it. Alright, there's a little set screw you take out, and I can bend these little tabs to get that button off. And that just dropped down through the bottom of the grill. Now there's these set screw. Now there's these little nuts that I got to undo to get the grill off. And looks like I got to put a wrench back on that one. Find the 5/16 wrench here again. Alright, got the grill off and got this little button off. There's just those little tabs that you straighten to get the button off that go through those little slits. So I sandblasted a hole in one of the gloves in my sandblast cabinet from doing little things like this. Now I'm going to use a pair of vice grips to hold things. Maybe I can save the gloves from getting another hole in them so quick. So yeah, it's been probably 10 years using it, so I guess it wasn't quick, but I don't want to ruin another set of gloves, so we're going to have a pair of vice grips in there. Got the fan blade primed. I don't have the hammer tone blue yet, so it's just primed, but I did paint the grill. And the button. And I'm going to start cleaning up that and getting that ready for paint. I got the motor out, and I put a little oil on the bearing here. There's a bearing right there, oil light bearing, so that's all oiled. Oiled the the wick that feeds it. There's a number on this little cap too. It says P, it's hard to see, PRC maybe 161, I'm guessing. And we got the base ready to, and the motor, all this stuff ready to give a quick, I'm not going to sandblast the inside, just the outside, so I can paint it up. And I don't want to get any of this cleaned off under here, so I'm going to mask that off. Just blast this and this piece. So and then these screws and stuff I'll just soak in lacquer thinner to clean them. Everything is sandblasted and ready to prime up. Got the metal can for the motor all primed up and the base primed up and the oscillator part cleaned up so it doesn't look like heck when it's sticking through there down on the bottom here. I got this fan painted up in this metallic blue Rust-Oleum. It actually turned out really nice. Really impressed with it. Came out much better than what I expected. Originally it was hammer-tone blue and I wanted to paint it back to hammer-tone blue, but I couldn't find it anywhere, so I just decided to go with something else. And then I messaged 805 Road King and he replied he got the hammer-tone blue for his engines, those old Briggs & Strattons that he customized, one into a water-cooled and one into a overhead valve. They're that hammer-tone blue, but he said he had to get it online, so I just went with this metallic blue. It actually turned out pretty nice. So anyway, this cord, I don't like this brown cord with the blue paint, and this is kind of like a more modern plasticky vinyl cord. And I found in my stash of wire I had this rubbery feeling wire. Kind of feels more like the old cords. It's really flexible and rubbery. And this switch was broken, so I found a new switch online, and put the switch in. It goes in that hole right there, and get it all rewired and soldered up, and got it all wired up. Let's plug it in. Cord's all done. Plug it in and either sparks are going to fly or maybe it'll work. Well, the fan comes on. See if the switch works. And the switch works. So I'll throw the cap on and we'll call it good. Alright, we'll kick it on. One other thing, I sold the Power Chief generator. I still have the water pump and little Sears generator, but they may be gone soon. Anyway, we got a nice working little fan here. It blows alright. And obviously if it oscillated it would be going back and forth. But the gears are stripped. It's all together. It does not oscillate, as you remember in the earlier in the video I show you what was wrong with the part that made it oscillate. So I mean it moves because the gears are stripped, but you can turn this up like you're supposed to keep it stationary, and it stays stationary. So you know, if somebody had one of these fans that the motor was burned out in and had a good little gearbox on it, you have a good little fan here. It cleaned up nice. Just if anyone's interested, this fan draws about 54 watts. And let's see, that is kilowatt hours. That's volts. That's 0.688 amps it draws. So it really doesn't draw a heck of a lot, about the same as all the other fans like this vintage I have. Just thought that'd be a little interesting. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe. And thank you for watching my videos.